down 2-0, heading back to Los Angeles, and I fully expect the Lakers to handle business in Game 3. Game 4, I think, will be tighter, but I do think, and I wouldn't even be shocked if the Lakers kind of blow out the Denver Nuggets in Game 3, really lock in, hone in, and get ready to try to get back into the series and make it a series. Game 4, I think, will be really tight, and that'll be a game that very likely will be a slug match, as we saw in Game 2. Not just that, Denver hasn't been great on the road this year, so I do expect the Lakers to handle business and tie this series. But one of the big surprises, or I guess not really a surprise because they both have been spectacular pretty much the majority of the playoffs, is Rui Hachimura and Austin Reaves. Now, these two guys have really just been and have been able to take advantage of pretty much every matchup that we've had throughout these playoffs. Austin Reaves and Rui Hachimura have both had massive moments. And in this Denver Nuggets series, they have continued to really shine, at least the first 2 games. Last game, Austin Reaves had 22 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. And then you had Rui Hachimura, who was 8 of 10 for the field, 21 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. And just, again, has been really massive. And then in Game 1, we saw Austin Reaves follow that up with 23 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists, and then Rui Hachimura with 17 points, 8 of 11 from the field, and 1 assist. So they're giving us roughly 40 points collectively per game. And between these two, I really think the Lakers might need to go heavily into them, right? Because Rui Hachimura's averaging around 30 minutes per game, and then you have Austin Reaves averaging about 35 to 36 minutes per game. I think that, look, it's the Western Conference Finals, can't really mess around. I think it's time you play these two guys 40-plus minutes if you have to. You really do, right? LeBron James and Anthony Davis are both playing 40 to 42 minutes per game, and Rui Hachimura, Game 1, played 28. That's why I said he's around 30 minutes. Played 30 minutes last game, 28 minutes this game. And then Austin Reaves, he did play 42 minutes in Game 1. That's what you got to do. Then that's what you got to do, right? Because these two guys have been our best and most consistent guys so far this series. I mean, you can make an argument they've been the most consistent in the 2 games out of anybody on our roster, right? LeBron James, he's been solid, but he's had some rough moments. Same thing with Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis had a monster game and followed that up with a little bit of a lackluster game, to put it nicely. So these two guys are basically giving you, again, 40 points per game in the last 2 games. And I don't see that being something different, right? Because Rui Hachimura was basically just bullying his way to the rim all game, the entirety of the game, right? And then you had Austin Reaves basically picking and choosing where he wanted to go and was able to just get to every spot he could. He's knocking down the 3 ball great. I think you really go heavy with these two guys, LeBron James and Anthony Davis, right? Maybe play some spots with Jared Vanderbilt, play some spots with Dennis Schroeder, D'Angelo Russell, whatever. But I think Rui Hachimura, Austin Reaves, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, they got to play 40-plus minutes, right? And you could give them little breathers here and there. Obviously, if it is a blowout, right? Like, let's say Rui Hachimura, Austin Reaves are killing it. LeBron James, Anthony Davis are killing it. And we're up, going into the 4th quarter, we're up 25 or something like that. Again, not saying it will necessarily happen. Wouldn't surprise me, though, especially the way that the Lakers have been just dominating Game 3s. So let's say the Lakers go in, they're up 25. Fine. Then sit them. Get them some rest. Let's get ready for Game 4. But if this is a tight game and they have to play the whole 4th quarter and they're already at 30 minutes, then that's what has to happen, right? Same thing with LeBron James. Same thing with Anthony Davis. This is it. You're 8 wins away from winning an NBA championship. You got to lock down 8 games. That's it. Lock down 4 this series, which is now you're down to 4 out of the next 5, and then 4 next series, and there you go. You're NBA champions, and then you guys can all get rest and celebrate in the offseason. Austin Reaves is a real mismatch for this Denver Nuggets team. They don't have the defense to stop the Lakers. There's 2 straight games the Lakers basically got whatever they wanted on the offensive end. This is 2 straight games that the Lakers have shown the ability to just kind of capitalize with Austin Reaves, with Rui Hachimura on the floor. why would you try to move away from that, right? If you don't want to start Rui and you want to keep Jared Vanderbilt, that's fine. If you want to go with your normal starters of D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reaves, Jared Vanderbilt, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, that's fine. No problems with that. But Rui needs to get in rather quickly. I think Rui needs to be the first sub in on the court. I wouldn't even mind with the way that it's been kind of going. Even having Jared Vanderbilt, LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, and Anthony Davis on the floor, right? There are concerns. There'd be scoring concerns, right? With Jared Vanderbilt being a non-shooter. LeBron James, he can't make a three ball to save his life. Anthony Davis, he's, he can't really shoot three ball. He's hit one in each game, but he's not somebody we want taking a bunch of threes. So Rui and Austin Reaves would basically be our only three-point shooters in that case. Rui's shooting 55% or something like that on spot-ups. But you could make LeBron James the point guard and then just run some actions with Vanderbilt, get him slash into the basket, have Rui and Austin Reaves spreading the floor, Anthony Davis. There's things that you could do to try to get some offense to work, but just to get some size. Regardless, the Lakers are going to have the work cut out for them, right? I mean, the biggest issue the Lakers have had is just transition, getting back on transition. They need to stop trying to go for the offensive rebound. It sucks, but getting killed on the boards regardless, so why does it matter, right? Get back in transition, set your defense, right? Let Anthony Davis be the only one there trying to get the rebound. If he gets it, great. If he doesn't, then at least you have four guys back all ready to set the defense, and Anthony Davis and Jokic are running up the court, right? That's what I'd rather like to see than them trying to, let's crash the board with Rui Hachimura and LeBron James or Jared Vanderbilt and Anthony Davis and all that stuff. And now they're getting out in transition because Nikola Jokic is just winning that battle. He's getting the rebound and he's, throwing out those passes, those touchdown passes, and they're running it down our throats. We got to do a better job in transition. Rui Hachimura, I think, helps a lot because, again, it's just a bigger body that gives you some switchability. Also, if you have Vanderbilt, Rui, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, you could basically just switch everything, right? Especially with that Murray Jokic action, right? You could have Rui on him, even have LeBron on him at times, and then Anthony Davis is just kind of chilling down in the spy position, and they're just, you could just switch everything. They also got to stop going under the screens. They got to start going over the screens because Michael Porter Jr. and Murray are absolutely killing us. Murray's never been like this crazy elite three-point shooter, but he has killed us the last two games, so we need to make those adjustments. And I just think Rui and Austin Reaves, along with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, have shown enough that that's our best unit. Those four guys are clearly our best unit in this matchup, far and away. And so I just think you got to stick with what's working. And I don't see what change Denver's going to make that's going to slow these two guys down because they're more worried about Anthony Davis and LeBron James. So Rui Hachimura is more times than not going to have a mismatch. Austin Reaves, more times than not, is just going to get to play one-on-one and be able to draw the contact and be able to get to his spot and take guys off the dribble and get his buckets, right? Because that's just what we've seen. And I don't see Denver going, obviously if Rui's just killing them and he's got 40 points or something crazy like that, maybe they make the adjustment. But most likely they'll live with that. If Rui has some monster game or Austin Reaves has some just monster game, I'm pretty confident that Denver will just live with that and just say, hey, if they beat us, they beat us. If the Lakers star duo of Austin Reaves and Rui Hachimura beat us, then so be it. We need to stop and slow down LeBron James and Anthony Davis. That's what the game plan's likely going to be. And not just that, you're not going to be able to stop all four of them. You're just not. Because all four of them are going to win those one-on-one matchups, right? And with Rui's size being so similar to LeBron James, you can't have Aaron Gordon on both of them, right? And if Michael Porter Jr. is on him, they're both too strong. So they just bully him, right? Michael Porter Jr. isn't like your traditional 6'10 guy. He's more perimeter oriented. He's trying to just stay out on the perimeter. Yeah, maybe they can move Jeff Green in, but then like why you're losing all the production from Michael Porter Jr. Get my point? Like it becomes too much, and Denver just isn't deep enough, right? If you can have these two along with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, you can start wearing down this Denver team. Because the beauty is, oh, Rui's getting tired. Let's bring in Tristan Thompson or a Wenyen Gabriel or a Jared Vanderbilt, right? Just for a small stretch, just so he can get his breath, right? Or Austin Reaves, he's getting worn down. He's getting tired. Okay, well, let's bring back a D'Angelo Russell. Let's bring in a Malik Beasley. Let's bring in a Troy Brown. Let's bring in a Shaquille Harrison. Let's bring in some of these guys to just give Reaves a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather. Here's the thing. Denver doesn't have that. They can't take Jokic out for too long. Jokic is averaging 42 minutes a game. If this goes 7 games, Jokic might be exhausted by the time we get to game 7. And that's what the Lakers need to continue to do. They need to continue to have Jamal Murray playing 43 minutes, Jokic playing 42 minutes. All of their starters, Aaron Gordon, Bruce Brown, Jamal Murray, and Nikola Jokic are basically playing 40 minutes a game, right? Okay, Lakers need to play and match our 4 with their 4. And on top of that, our depth is the advantage because we can now go and, again, throw in a Jared Vanderbilt and give Rui a little bit of a breather. Throw in Dennis Schroeder and give Austin Reaves a little bit of a breather. Like, all of those things are massive in the course of this 7-game series because they can't do the same thing. So that's why I think we need to start riding these guys heavy. You got your core 4 guys. It's very clear. It's been very obvious. Keep those 4. Start those 4 if you have to. Whatever. But you got your 4 guys that have been killing Denver. And one of them is playing 30 minutes a game. That needs to increase. Rui Hachimura needs to play at least 36 to 40 minutes per game. If he has to play the whole game, play him the whole game. I don't care. This is it. Right? Like, you lose one of these games in LA, the series is very, very likely over. So, this isn't the time to play around. You gotta run these guys, gotta play these guys, you gotta work these guys. Trust that they will get it done. I believe in Rui Hachimura. I believe in Austin Reaves. They have shown more than enough throughout this entire playoff run that they're fine. They can carry the load. I mean, you've had both of these guys have huge moments. Both of these guys close out games. Like, these are real guys for the Lakers. These are our blue chip role guys. You got to play them. You got to, right? Anthony Davis is going to have to continue to play 42 minutes. He's going to have to figure that out. He's going to have to match Jokic. LeBron James is going to have to play 40-plus minutes. He's going to have to match Murray. Like, that's what we got to do. You got to do what you got to do, but I really think the Lakers need to lean heavily and kind of just embrace both Rui and Austin Reaves. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Agree with me? Disagree with me? Do you think, you need to ride Rui, you need to ride Austin Reaves, play them, 40-plus minutes a game if you have to, whatever it takes? Do you think, no, kind of keep them at the minutes that they're at? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know.